All right, Mr. Buyer, we're going to talk about why you want to buy a house. We've done a needs analysis, and I've introduced you to the Smart Buyer system a little bit. So I'm going to put a little of that on paper for you so you see why we want to narrow things down and get you a good snapshot of the market so you become an expert, and why you want me in your corner to help you understand the market of Spokane. So here we have price and condition. This is economics 101 stuff, right? You have a line here that represents the economy. So as price goes down, you're giving a little concession to condition. So if the condition's perfect, your price is going to be up here. So as you go along this line, movement along the line, you're giving up condition for this price. Now this, for illustration purposes, is where the market was 2 years ago. And you're going to be very thankful that we're not in that market now, because this has now shrunk to this, which means that prices overall has gone down. The economy has shrunk. So prices here is the exact same house here, but nothing, the condition's still the same, but the price has gone down. So this is your market. This is what we're looking at. Now, today we had 4,982 active listings, 622 pending, so 12.5% is what's selling. Okay, you're a buyer, you want to buy, not just look. So this is our buy percentage. Now that, represented in this total market, is much smaller. This is our 12.5%. These are the houses you want to be looking at. These are the houses you're going to be buying. Okay, this right here is what we refer to as no man's land. Okay, a lot of time can be wasted in no man's land. If you're looking in houses which are overpriced and out of condition of what you want, then you're wasting your time, you're wasting the seller's time, and you're missing out on this 12.5% which other buyers are looking at. So if you don't want to miss out on this, we need to eliminate no man's land and get you into something that has the right price and the right condition and nothing outside of it. Any questions?
No, let's look at the 12.5%.
Yeah.
Would those be
So, Mr. Seller, today I want to ask you a question. Do you want your house to sit or do you want it to sell?
I want it to sell, of course.
Of course you do. Well, let's, you got to understand there's a fundamental difference between being on the market and in the market. Let's look at it this way. Let's say this graph represents all the homes that are currently listed in Spokane right now. On this one axis we have price. On the top end of price we have homes that are overpriced. They're priced out of the market. On the bottom end of price we have homes that are at just rock bottom prices. Think bank-owned properties, foreclosures. They're just, the banks have just discounted and discounted the prices. On this other axis, we have condition. On the outside of condition, we have homes that are just way out of condition. I would be surprised if a bank would loan money on this home. It's just in very terrible condition. On the inside of condition, we have pristine homes, turnkey, think new construction. Now, if you'll think back to 2007 with me, we had a market that looked kind of like this. You could be way out of condition and pretty high in price and still receive offers. In fact, you're probably receiving multiple offers. And really, you could price yourself just outside of the market, and in a short time, due to appreciation, you too would be receiving offers. That's a far cry from the market that we're in today, which looks a little bit more like this. What we're telling sellers is that you need to be in the top 12% of condition, bottom 12% of price. Now you might ask me, why 12%? Where's that number come from? Well, as of this morning, we had 4,982 active listings on the market with 622 of them pending, which represents a 12.5% pending ratio. So that's why we're saying bottom 12% of price, top 12% of condition, because really only 12% of the homes currently listed are selling. That's not many when you consider there's 5,000 of them. Yeah. So another question you might ask me is, how do I know if I'm on the market or how do I know if I'm in the market? It's pretty simple. If you've been on the market for 2 weeks or more and you're not receiving any showings, and if you're not getting showings, you're probably not getting offers, you're in what we call out of the market. You need to adjust your price or your condition, really probably both of them if you're out of the market, to get yourself back in the market. And keep in mind there are three main factors that determine the value of your home: price, condition, and location. Now, there's nothing we can do about the location of your home. It is where it is. So the only two things that we can affect are price and condition. Now, if you've been on the market for 2 weeks or more and you're receiving showings but not offers, you're in what we call no man's land. And no man's land is kind of a dangerous place to be. The reason for that is you're doing enough to physically attract the attention of buyers. They're coming out and visiting your property. So there's enough interest there. You're close to the market, but what you're really doing is you're validating the price of the home down the street. You're selling somebody else's house for them. So the good news is you're close to the market. Probably just adjusting your price, maybe your condition, but really probably just adjusting your price a little bit to get yourself back into the market will do the trick, and you'll start receiving offers as well. And really the only way you know if you're in the market is if you're receiving showings and offers. Any questions?
No.
No? What do you guys think?
That was good. I forgot the no man's land.
Good job.
Let's talk about how we're going to determine what we're going to put your house on the market for.
Okay.
Okay. So in any given marketplace, there's homes that are in the market, and then there's homes that are overpriced and that are outside of the market. So let's say, well, not even for sake of argument, since we have the numbers, there's 5,000 or so active houses, 622 of them are pending, so 12.5% of the real estate would be called in the market, because those are the ones that are getting offers that are pending that are going to close and sell. That's where you want to be.
Okay.
Right? And then everything else is out here outside of the market. That is to say that there isn't any, they're not pending, and there isn't any offers on them, and that's not really where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the way we look at this is a access of price, and this is an access of condition. So these are the really high overpriced homes. These are the homes that are priced properly to receive an offer. These are the homes that are really out of condition and need a lot of work, in this range. And these are the homes that are what Terry would call turnkey and move-in ready, which is where we'd like your house to be, right? Okay. So that you will fall in this realm and get an offer and be able to sell your property and sell your house. So with that also being said, we're going to go out and look for a new home for you to buy, right?
Okay.
So do you want to look at any of these houses that are way outside of condition and overpriced?
No.
Absolutely not. You want to look at the houses that are desirable and that are the best value
Mm-hmm.
and in the best condition. So those are the homes that I'm going to show you. And any other real estate agent out there with a buyer, an honest-to-God buyer like you are, aren't going to show any of these houses either. So why in the world would you want to put your house way outside of condition and way outside of price?
I don't.
You wouldn't. So, how about we list your house for $172,000 instead of $200?
Let's do it.
And make sure that your home is in really good condition and staged properly, so that we can attract an offer when we do get showings.
Sounds good. I like that. I like.
A bit more information why it's so important to price your home so it's competitive. And we know we've already talked about back in 2007, we were in what we call a buyer's market. So it didn't matter really what price, and I'm sorry, let me go back for just a minute. The two pieces that really drive your home and whether it's going to sell is price and condition. On the top, you've got people who are not competitively priced. On the bottom of price, you've got foreclosures, REOs, people who really are aggressively pricing their homes. As far as condition goes, on the far end, on the outside, you've got homes that need a lot of work, lots and lots of work. And on the inside of the axis here, you've got what we call turnkey. They're ready to move in, new construction, homes that have been totally remodeled. In 2007, 2008, it really didn't matter where you were in price or condition, or not very much, because everybody was in the market. And honestly, the market was growing so rapidly that you could price yourself just outside of the market, and within a short period of time, appreciation would actually envelop you into the market. Far cry from where we are today. We've already talked about being down 14% in our marketplace. So what we have today is a market that looks more like this. And what we know is we have just under 5,000 active listings, and only 622 of those are pending as of right now in Spokane, which is only a 12.5% ratio. So that means you really need to be in the bottom 12.5% in your price and the top 12.5% in your condition. How you know whether you're there is we'll do some research and we'll get you in close, but if you're way outside of the market, you are not getting any lookers at all. You know, the market's going to tell you you are overpriced. A dangerous place to be is out of the market because you're gonna get a lot of lookers, especially if you're very close. You're gonna get a lot of lookers, but you're not gonna get any offers. And what they're really doing is they're using your house to tell them why the house down the street is actually a really good value. So even though you feel good that you're getting lookers, you're not getting any offers. How you know you're in the market is not only you're getting multiple lookers, but you're also getting offers, sometimes multiple offers. So in the market is where you want to be. Why this is so important is that within your price range, within your marketplace, if you are priced even 10% over the market, your looker pool goes from 70% down to 30%. 60% down to 30%. If you're 10% under the market, you're going to gain another 10%, and 70% of the people out there looking in that price range are actually going to see your home. It is a dangerous game to play in a declining market, because if you decide you want to play the game of waiting and you're going to price just a little bit above the market, by the time you're ready to drop here, the market's already dropped here. So you're going to have to drop rapidly and take big steps. So it's really important right now that we get the most for your home, so we need to price it competitively. Do you understand that? Okay, so why don't we sit here and talk about what we need to do for your house and get it priced right and make it in the best condition possible.
Good job.
Like I said, it's been a while since I've done that one.